Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at the recoil patterns for the M416 following the update 17. Prior to this update, the M416 was definitely my favourite assault rifle. There have however been some pretty significant changes lately, and if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to talk about where I rank the M416 in its current state. I want to give a quick shout out to you guys, my first couple hundred subscribers. It's your support and interaction that makes this whole process worthwhile and why I keep enjoying making these videos. So thank you so much, and I hope that you continue to enjoy my content. But anyway, let's get stuck straight in and see how the M416 handles as a bare-bone weapon. Straight off the bat you can see that there's a pretty significant increase in vertical recoil, and there's some consistent improvements in vertical recoil control with crouching and proning. Horizontal recoil control was quite good for about half of the magazine, following which there was definitely an increase in recoil. Adding a light grip to the situation showed minor to moderate improvements in vertical recoil control. Overall, there were some pretty impressive patterns, especially shown here in standing and prone positions. I found this pretty interesting because I know that the light grip is designed for single tapping, and it really didn't handle that well on the SCAR L in auto fire. The half grip proved to have slightly better vertical recoil control than that of the light grip. Again, there were consistent improvements in vertical control with crouching and proning positions, and generally pretty good recoil control across the board. The thumb grip fell somewhere in between the half grip and the light grip in terms of vertical recoil control. Again, there was not too much else to comment on. There were some pretty consistent improvements in vertical control with crouching and proning, and the horizontal spread was quite good across the board. As expected, the vertical grip controlled vertical recoil the best. There was some pretty impressive early magazine control in terms of horizontal recoil, but you can see here that this definitely wavered at about halfway through the magazine. The angled grip didn't do much in terms of vertical control, as it was pretty similar to the bare bones setup, but you can see here that the horizontal control is pretty impressive, and there's not much variation across all the positions. Getting a bit more serious and throwing a compensator and vertical grip on the M4 was very impressive. You can see here that the vertical control is the best across all setups, and there's almost no horizontal recoil in any of the positions. Looking at the kitted compensator setup with an angled grip, you can see that there are some pretty good improvements in vertical control, which is provided by the compensator and the tactical stock, but this control wasn't as good as the vertical grip setup, and horizontal recoil control was very similar across both of the setups. Comparing these findings to the pre-update status, you can see again that the biggest difference comes from the changes in vertical recoil control. You can also see that there's slightly less horizontal recoil compared to pre-update. Out of all setups, the kitted compensator with a vertical grip reigned supreme, showing the best improvements in vertical control and very good improvements in horizontal control. In regards to which attachment handles best on its own, the main thing to take into account is the vertical control, as you can see that there's not much variation in horizontal recoil across all of the setups. For that reason, I'd rate the vertical grip as the best grip for the M416. Having said that, the grip attachment definitely is not the most important, and the barrel and stock attachments are what have the biggest impact on recoil. Taking all of this into account, and also considering that the M416 requires a stock to be fully kitted out, I currently rate the M4 as my third favourite assault rifle, behind the AKM and the Recoil. It also seems that the overall difference between the kitted and bare setups for the M416 since the new update is not as significant as prior to the update. To me, this pretty much means that I'm not going to worry too much if I don't have a fully decked out M4, and I'll be somewhat happy as long as I have a sight and a grip. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think about how the M4 is handling since the new update, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.